Next, I'd like to show you how to make some very quick flower fairies, ideal for a little girl's birthday cake. We're going to use a size guide, and when you, again we're using Mexican paste. When you make a little ball, it should sit halfway through the circle. We're going to start off with a size 8. Looking at it side on, you can see that it's halfway through there, so I know that that is the right size I'm going to use. This is for the face, and we need to have either a ball of sugar paste, a ball of Mexican paste already attached onto a cocktail stick, or you can use a cotton bud with the centre cut to a point. It always needs to be to a point. So I'm going to use the cotton bud, and you take the head mould, and it's a size 8. Get the nice smooth side and place that into the mould. And now we need to moisten the cotton bud. If we dip that into water, it soaks up too much liquid. So just dip your finger into there and put on a little water. Put that on the back of the ball of paste and press firmly. And then you can just gather the spare paste. Don't worry about creases at the back because she's going to have a hat on. Lift that out so that we have a little face. Just press that into a nice shape at the back. Use scissors if you need to cut anything away, just to tidy the back of the head, and then put that to dry. For the arms, we're going to use size 5. So you take a small ball of Mexican paste, again just check for the size. It should sit halfway in. Yep, that's about right. And we're going to roll this into a sausage shape. If it feels a little bit sticky on your hands, just put a little vegetable fat on there and roll that into a sausage approximately 3/4 of an inch in length. And then you make a wrist, you make an elbow, bend the arm, flatten the hand, and with a pointed pair of scissors you cut about halfway in for a thumb, cut out a wedge, and then little fingers, 1, 2, 3. Press the palm with the end of a frilling stick and bring the fingers round, and so we have a little hand. Now when you make the second arm, remember to cut the thumbs on the opposite side. You don't want fairies with thumbs all going the one way. They must have the thumbs in. So put the arms to dry, and we need to make 2 legs. We're going to go up a size to 6, size 6 on the size guide. That's not enough paste on there. Remember, it must sit halfway through. There you go, that's better. Now the leg, again into a sausage, and this time approximately an inch. And you roll an ankle, make it nice and slim. A knee, take it to a point, bend at the knee, bend the foot forward, pull the heel back, narrow the foot forward, heel back, narrow the foot. And if the ankles have gone a little bit thick there, then again reshape them. It's important that the ends come to points, and with the arms, because they're going to actually push into the body. So if they're not pointed, it'll squash the body out too far later on when we put the flower fairy together. So that's the legs, leave those to dry. Right, we need to paint the face. I have a head that's already dried. I made this one on a cocktail stick. I must say at this point that if you do use any non-edible supports inside the flower fairy, which really you do have to because of the head, you must tell the recipient of the flower fairy that there is a non-edible support in there. That's most important. Especially little ones, if they bite on the flower fairy, it's really going to hurt if they get the cocktail stick or a piece of plastic stuck in the roof of the mouth. So it is important to tell people. We're going to paint the face, and for that, again, I'm going to use isopropyl alcohol. Need a couple of fine brushes. And I'm going to brush on a hint of pink, first of all, on the cheeks. We don't want too much on here. We don't want it to look as though she's got a temperature. It's just a hint of pink on there. And then we're going to paint just the bottom lip. She looks startled if you paint the top and bottom lip. So we'll just paint the bottom lip. Like so. Then we need a little white in the eye. Lid there. And a tiny amount of brown for the dots. Have a looking either left or right. Again, she'll have a startled expression if you just paint a dot right in the centre of the eye. So I'll just go to a finer brush for this. So I have a looking over one way. Now, if you do make a mistake at that point, all you need to do is take a cotton bud and dip it in water and wash the eye out. Leave it to dry and start again. Don't be afraid to correct any mistakes as you go along. You can quite easily repaint them. Alcohol, and we're going to paint on the hair. So follow the hairline that's been embossed on there from the mould. Take it over the top of the head. Around the base. Okay, just top up with the alcohol. You don't have to worry about the top of the head, because she's going to have a hat on, you won't see that part. Okay. Right, so we're now ready. We have our head, legs and arms. So we're going to put our little flower fairy together. And to do this, we take a small piece of sugar paste, and on the size guide, that's size 11. I think this is going to be a little too big. Take a small piece away. So ordinary sugar paste, not Mexican paste. Mexican paste has too much resistance when you try and push the arms and the legs in. So do just use sugar paste for this part. So size 11 into a cone. And the cone should be about 1.25 inches. And we'll sit that onto, I'm going to use one of my little colour pots.